What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. Welcome back to the day after a win, and it feels like it's been ages since we had our last win. But actually, it's not the case. It feels like we finally have our win after I don't know, like 7 weeks of no win. That's also not the case, but it's a good win considering the last couple of weeks. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about is this a way to move forward basically the next couple of weeks with this setup with me Norbert Malik. How are you doing after a win?
Yeah, it was a win that we needed and a win that we got, and also Napoli lost quite heavily, so that was also a good part of the weekend. And yeah, I'm chilling.
Yeah, it's good to win again. I hope this kick starts a winning run. We've been saying that for a while, but and then we draw the next game. But hopefully we actually manage to win consecutive games, and that would be good. And yeah, we're closer to the top than we were last week. It was a bit like, oh, we're so far behind, and look what a few days can do. Even so,
Yeah, it feels like that, but it's actually not the case. Like maybe we made it sound worse than it actually was, probably, but we got the win. I think that's the most important thing right now. um, and despite everything, well, the title of the show is basically uh, going back to basics, or I call it basic. It's still early, so I don't know if this is the basic or this is the base, but it feels like this is the base, and I'm especially talking about that backline. Um, Probably, I'm not gonna do the it's just Udinese because going into the game I rated Udinese at home, um, but maybe it's by chance. I don't know. Maybe it's not a big enough sample size, but we started struggling in games the moment we changed that. Not the moment we lost Bremer, if that makes any sense. It's not that we lost Bremer and we start playing horrible at the back from day one. That's not the case. It started when we started playing Danilo, then bring in Cabal, and this is not me even calling out Cabal, but I felt more balanced. It wasn't perfect at the back at times. It's not we didn't give away a lot of chances against Udinese. Maybe them hitting the crossbar. There were some iffy moments, but that was purely individual, I think. But other than that, I think this is the basis. This is the basic for us, and in my opinion, I think this is what we need to do moving forward, especially in the short term. And worry about the other things a bit down the line. But Norit, what do you think? Do you think Savona, Cambiaso, Gatti, and Kalulu is the way to go forward, especially for the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, definitely. Um, this is the way to go forward. We were stable, uh, and also this midfield, Turam and Locatelli together is really stable. And ball progressing from Turam is amazing, as we saw. He scored a goal. So yeah, the back line is definitely the key, and Motta should never play Danilo in the back. Um, yeah, and Savona is amazing. I'm so happy for him, and I never imagined that he would be this good this far, and hopefully he will only get better. So yeah, this four-man defense, like how we sort it out in the middle, that's definitely the way to go forward.
yeah, adding to what Norbert said, like whenever rotation, obviously rotation needs to happen, but like defensive rotation clearly needs to be at a minimal at this point due to how catastrophic adding Danilo suddenly and randomly was. So yeah, center back pairing for sure, until Bremer eventually comes back or until we sign defender in January. Thinking Skriniar, if you know, you know. Um, yeah, it should be Gatti and Kalulu for sure, and the fullbacks. I'm imagining they're gonna interchange quite a bit with Cabal, Cambiaso, and Savona.
You know, would I think was it like a month ago or I don't know which game it was when No, actually, I don't know which game it was, but it was a game we didn't play particularly well. But I think we won even, weirdly enough. It's when Mbangula played. When was this last start? It was at home. Did we win that
against
game?
Lazio.
Mm,
Was it against Lazio? No, I'm not sure, but it was a game coming out of that game. It was like, oh, he doesn't do enough, or it's not, there's not enough. I don't know, like output, whatever you want to call it. And I actually said, if he plays like the way he played, he's gonna play a lot of games, just purely because maybe on the eye it's not catchy and it's not,
yeah,
it's amazing. However, he does the job, and that's how. At the time, I said that's why I think Savona will play quite a lot of games as well, because maybe it's not catchy on the eye. It's not like the inverted fullback overlaps, cuts inside, whatever. He's not that type of fullback, but he does the job. He's solid, and he had games where it didn't look solid, but that was for the entire team on the day.
yeah,
But in general, he's solid. He does the job, and compared to the start of the season, going forward, it has improved. Which is normal over
yeah.
time. And that's why I think he's gonna play. And I'm a bit surprised that the last couple of weeks he wasn't playing as consistently. I was, uh, but right now, I think, and when I say this is not me saying this is the answer for our entire Juve um, future, whatever under Motta. But right now, I feel more comfortable with that back line than with again Cabal in it or Danilo in it, and that's not even calling out Cabal because I don't think he played horrible games. It's just it feels more. It feels like everybody's more at ease. That's how I look
Yeah,
at it. So
yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to say that, yeah, like Kalulu and Cambiasso on the left side feels like they understand each other a lot more, and there was plenty of time when Kalulu was actually the left back, and the Cambiasso was on the midfield when we had the ball. And also Savona is always at where he needs to be at. Like he scored already 2 goals, and he arrives in the box when he needs to, and defensively he's really solid. He had one mistake last game. He had like one bad game when everyone had a bad game. So yeah, I think this backline is really good and has lots of potential.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's important to remember with Savona, he's barely played 10 professional, top flight games, so he's
Yeah,
only going to improve. He's all very young still, but yeah, he already has as many goals as De Chilio had in his Juve career, so that's a good start.
but do you like now the follow up question is, um, do you think Motta will stick with it? What is it now? It's Lille and Torino, right? Um,
yeah.
do you think he's gonna stick with it, or and even post Torino, coming back, or is he gonna chop and change it, like basically on a weekly basis?
I think he saw that it doesn't really work, but that's what I'm hoping for. I'm not sure if he actually is gonna do like this, but I think he just saw that with Danilo it's absolutely not working, and also with Cabal on the left and Cambias on the right is also different. It can work on some games, but he really needs to be selective on what games that can work. So I truly believe that he feels and knows now what to do, and this will not happen again. What we experienced in the last few games before this one.
Oh well, hopefully not, because Danilo should not be at the club. Let's face it, at his old age and stuff. But yeah, I feel like there's gonna be some element of rotation in every game that we play, and Motta's still gonna set up based on the opponent. But I think these radical changes, especially defensively, we're not gonna see anymore. We might see it in midfield, we might see it offensively, but I really doubt we're gonna see it defensively again because it did cost us quite a bit recently, and we're pretty lucky to not have lost a Serie A game so far, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it was Like the Inter one felt like we're gonna lose. I think the Parma one could have gone either way as well. So we are quote unquote lucky, basically, that we didn't lose one in Serie A so far. Um, but yesterday was again maybe boring on the eye, because but it reminded me of the start of the season basically, where we're just clinical. We took the chances we got, and we played solid. That's what we did basically, and you won the game. That's that. And right now, that's the only thing. Like we need to go back to being solid, and then worry about other things that I think are not fixable overnight. I don't think you can
Yeah,
fix that front line or whatever. Just not front line, just us attacking. Um, Overnight. It's not gonna happen overnight. So that's why I'm okay with it to just look solid or be solid, and then we will figure it out. Or we should be figuring it out moving forward. Because even yesterday, moving forward, it wasn't spectacular. Was it? I thought the first half was okay. Up to the goal, there were promising signs. Then we got the goal, and we kind of died. And then Savona got the
yeah,
goal, and in the second half, we actually never really bothered, really, to do
yeah.
something. So it wasn't a game where you can come out of it and be like, okay, there's something, cooking in the background, and we will be back at, attacking with, I don't know, some great potential whatsoever. That was not the case. So is that still something we should be extremely worried about?
So I think now that we went back to basics, we had the ball, and we were really calm on it. So there were no really like one or two like long balls that went nowhere, and we really calmly just passed around and saw if there is an opportunity. And I think um, as they play more and more, the players as they play more and more, I think these movements and who goes where is going to be more automatic, and I think it will be good. It just needs some time, and it's understandable. But let's just have the ball. Let's just pass around. Let's be calm, and goals will come. And hopefully, like better team play as well. And yeah, the Turam goal was really nice, and Savona goal was really nice. So I think I have hope for sure. And let's just be stable in the back and pass around, and then eventually we will find the net, I think.
Yeah, we lost so much stability with Bremer's injury, and obviously the fact we're very thin on depth in the center back position doesn't help whatsoever. But yeah, to be honest, the last few games did feel like a bit of a circus defensively. So, and that was the one thing we were probably certainly good at the start of the season. We have a lot left to be desired defensively. But yeah, the offensive part I'm not concerned about because I know we have a lot of offensive quality individually. It's just a matter of getting it right and being familiar with one another in the new systems, and that's eventually gonna come. Like the thing is with being under Motta, I'm like pretty optimistic about how things would go. But, that's something I couldn't have said in the last few years. But yeah, because I'm certain, style of play is gonna develop, and because we have
Yeah.
an identity that's been seen and that came in flashes, so it's not too worrying.
Yeah. That for me, it's still a worry. I'm optimistic that we will figure it out, or like that we will improve on it, because right now I think it's really bad, or like really bad. It's just bad, It's we got the goals, that's fine, but just moving forward or thinking about what we should be looking like, it's a bit worrying because we really struggle. I think I don't know. It feels like players are isolated, which is weird. I was looking at Colt Miners yesterday, who's not fit. I get it, but he looked lost a bit to me.
Yeah.
Like looking or like wondering what his real position should be in this team. I think it's just look at Vlahovic's heat map, who by the way was not good yesterday, but his heat map, and I get like I said, the touches and so were horrible again, but the heat map for me is an issue. You know, if the heat map is closer to midfield than the opponent's goal, then yeah, the touches are rubbish, but that's an issue in my opinion. You know, if the touches are rubbish, then let them be rubbish in and around the box. That was not the case yesterday. So for me,
Yeah.
that's a worry. You know, good first touch or bad first touch, he was playing too deep. So that needs to be fixed. And like I said, there is no backup. He's gonna play every single week. So we kind of need to we deal with it right now, but we need to do much better moving forward. Like in and around the box, right now it doesn't feel like we are present enough. It doesn't feel like we're gonna hurt teams on a consistent basis. You know, it feels more of if you're gonna hurt the team, it's kind of coming out of the blue right now. So for me, that's still an issue, and it needs to be fixed. You know, because you're gonna play better teams, teams that are better attacking wise, and you need to kind of go toe to toe with it with them. And right now, I don't think we're capable of doing that. Not consistent, you know, throughout 90 minutes. So that's still the worry. How is that gonna be fixed? I don't like. Does anyone think you can fix that with personnel right now?
Mm, no, I think they just need time, or
Uh,
maybe it's a hope.
well, I don't know. It's a tough one to answer because, like, let's face it, Vlahovic is not a striker that does well when deep. So, if we had a deep lying striker, let's say, then I don't know. Maybe quality of offensive play rather would be better. But then again, sometimes you have to adapt to the players you have. So, but yeah, I never liked Vlahovic like on the ball and stuff. He should just be like a number 9 poacher in the
As a
box. But
finisher. Yeah.
yeah, but then again, we did say that before the season, where like, is he really gonna fit into Motta's system? But yeah, he seemed stylistic. Outfield play seems to be struggling a lot, and we've had this issue with him for years, where like, oh, he just needs to get the basics right, his passes, his touches, but will he ever?
Yeah, maybe we can try to go miners a little bit more to the back and have someone else playing as a 10. Maybe that's what they can try.
I always, when I saw Yildiz and Cup Miners play together for the first time, I realized, yeah, them being on the same pitch can be a bit of an issue,
Yeah.
because they like to occupy, well, they're kind of occupying opposite spaces, because Cup Miners likes to drift left and Yildiz is much better centrally, so it's a bit of a funny one there.
Yeah. Somebody saying we should have a policy to not give Vlahovic the ball, unless it's in the box. You know what the issue is? Motta needs a striker to actually be involved, you know, or drop in, link
Yeah.
up. So that's a massive. Like he already is dealing with the issue of we don't have a ball playing center, like a real one. It's better if Kalulu plays. It's more natural. It feels more natural, but it's still not to the extent I think Motta loves to see it. If he now also needs to tweak that, then I like. I don't know. Like I don't know. Like it's not gonna improve
Motta
with Vlahovic. So
Motta should have a special training session for Vlahovic where he gets past the ball onto like 200 times, and he needs to solve it, or
that's gonna be a
because it's
brutal
something
training.
he can learn. Like seriously, if people can learn how to be good at free kicks, he can learn how to be good at just not be a brick wall when the ball comes.
You know what it feels like even yesterday it feels uncomfortable when he reaches for the ball. I don't know, like it feels like I'm just gonna put my foot somewhere in the vicinity of the ball and hopefully like that's how it feels. It's not control, it's loose. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. It's like you're playing with I don't know a younger nephew or something, and you passing the ball slightly too hard, and you know what's gonna happen. You know it's just gonna
Mm.
bounce because he doesn't even like he doesn't know how to put his feet to control it or something. That's how it feels. Even yesterday, he was just putting his feet into it. I'm like, come on, I don't know, like it's weird. Like it's his body, his positioning, the way he receives the ball. It's like the moment he receives the ball, you can tell it's gonna bounce the other way. You know when like it's just it's weird. Like because this is really bad. You cannot be this bad consistently when it comes to hold up play. Not even hold up play, just passing the ball as well, which is weird because he's a big guy. He should be doing much better shielding the ball and actually, play it simple. I have no explanation for it at this moment in time.
And if you watch like highlights from Fiorentina times, he was good at this.
Yeah, I
He
know.
had
That's
good balls.
the thing. That's the thing that
Yeah,
confuses me the most.
yeah. So he can do this, but I don't know why can't he do this with us? Like I'm confused about that.
Same.
Yeah.
Girlfriend, he needs a girlfriend, man.
I
A
was waiting.
stable one. Yeah,
You know what? It's not even
come on.
confident because Motta's backing him to the moon and back basically.
Yeah,
So it's not confident. He's playing every single week. By default. I get it, but still, like if it's bad, Motta can be like, yeah, screw you. I don't have a backup. I'm just gonna start without you. And that sound like that would that's just making a statement, but not even that's the case where it's like, oh, this is happening, so now he's down. When he plays, it's not. So I'm not really sure what I even yesterday I was watching and I was like, oh boy, like this is just not gonna work. The entire game I knew this is you're not gonna pick it up. When he's gonna have a bad game or a good game. From the get go. So and I think that was pretty obvious from the get go that he was not having a good game. But we're gonna need him. We're gonna need him on Tuesday against Lille because it's gonna be a different type of game. We will need to be ready for that game. I watched him on Friday. Going forward, they look like a threat. I don't know if anyone watched them in the Champions League, or something, but they look dangerous moving forward. At the back, they're not fantastic. They leave a lot of. But I said that about Stuttgart as well, and they bopped us off the park. And even on the day Stuttgart left acres of space, we were just incapable of making anything happen. With that space, so it's not a given, but Lille do leave a lot of space at the back. It's a bit disjointed at times. How much do we need to win? Because I was thinking about it last week, and I said, well, if we lose that game, we're kind of in trouble.
yeah,
Like it's gonna be very hard for us with the next two games being Villa and Man City. I think it is Villa and Man City. It's gonna be very hard to kind of overcome that. So, how much pressure is on that game?
yeah. I think if we want to be in the top 8, we don't want to play that wild card playoff game or whatever. Then we need to win this. We can't lose because if we don't win, we have 6 points or 7 if we draw. You have 6 or 7 points out of how many 4 games or something. So
Yeah.
we have to win, and pressure. They got money to be able to play under pressure. So yeah, we need to win, and they need to find a way. We just need to have the ball and pass around and find a goal.
Yeah, tomorrow the next 3 games, especially in the Champions League, are very tough. I think I think a lot of people took granted for the fact that we won the first 2 games because had things gone differently in Leipzig, which could have easily happened, it would be in a lot of trouble at the moment. But yeah, if we win against Lille, then it's a huge step towards automatic qualification. But yeah, if only we beat Stuttgart or avoided defeat against Stuttgart, because things can change so easily in this new format.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna stick with the entire same lineup he did on Saturday, or are we gonna see 3-4 changes like usually he does?
I think we will see one change. Constanța will play, and that's it.
I think so too. Yeah, because Conceição is the undisputed starter on the right.
Yeah.
Would you be surprised if he starts way out?
No.
I would. I would be surprised because he he would play instead of Conceição. He would play instead of Conceição or Yildiz, which you know, I don't expect that to happen in the Champions League. But I didn't expect Weah to start against Inter. So you
Well,
know,
same. Yeah. But
Yeah.
lately he's like, he's basically or not basically he's saying that I like to have something off the bench. I get it, but my opinion is just go for it and don't look at the bench. Basically,
Yeah.
that's my mindset. But he tends to do it the other way around and be like, I need something off the bench, which is true. Like it's right. You need something off the bench. We don't have a lot right now, but I don't know. It's kind of telling you that, well, I have a better player on the bench. Basically. So I'm gonna keep him. Even where we are, like he beat this man one time yesterday, and that's it. I watch him play every single week, and defensively he's doing his job. I think he's working hard, but going forward, it's not enough for me. There's no real danger coming from that guy, which is weird. Because he has so much pace, but he doesn't use it. So I'm looking at him at times. I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess. I don't know. He's a very weird player to me. I cannot rate that. I don't hate him, but it's not enough. I watch him. I'm like, I don't know what to do with you. I don't know what to do with these performances. If you don't score, I don't know.
Yeah. But what if he's on the pace to score 10 goals, 10, 12 goals this season? So what if he scores 10 to 12 goals? I think from him, it's awesome. You know?
would be. Anyone who scores double digits, it's a good asset
Yeah.
to have.
But
I feel
but
like
I agree. He can't beat his man. So yeah, that's an issue.
yeah, but at the same time, I feel like his versatility and sometimes just the fact he strikes me as someone pacey. Yes, Ali said he doesn't use it that much, but the fact he does have that ability still, regardless. I don't know, just makes me see him as a valuable off the bench joker sort of thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Like I won't be shocked if he plays on Wednesday, on Tuesday against Lille. I wouldn't be surprised at all, not one bit. But let's see. Before we go, because it's gonna be a short one, because I have another thing lined up in about 5 minutes. We will be back together live, I think, if everybody's available on Wednesday, post game. We will see what the result will be. But what do you think? Like, are you confident that we will get a positive result? Like, positive result for me right now is just obviously not lose, but also deliver a very good performance where you're like, okay, this is it. That's something we need that we can build on. Are you confident we're gonna do that away from home?
I think I don't know. Like I want like a PSV performance, to be honest. Just have the ball and score goals and let's go. Like 2-1 or something. We just really need to control that game and can't let them attack too much because they're deadly, but their defense is not as good. So yeah, we need to win.
I'll be honest, I'm very pessimistic. I think we'll draw.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel too good. The fact it's away, the fact they're very good offensively, just I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. But every time I say that, we win. So
Wait, you felt the same way against Inter as well, right?
felt the exact same way against Inter, and we drew. So let's see. Let's see. This is like a little experiment. Let's see.
But now the problem is we can't draw. Like if we play the draw against Stuttgart and now another, and then we have 8 points, it's different. But
Yeah, it is different. But like I don't know. It depends on how we play and the context and how it goes. So, yeah.
yeah,
Let's see. I wasn't confident against Udinese. I thought we were gonna draw that game. We didn't. So let's see. I'm okay. I'm fairly confident for that Lille game that we put in a good performance. Result wise, let's see. But I think it will be a good performance. But let's see tomorrow what Motta has to say, and then obviously on the game, and then we will discuss it on Wednesday, and hopefully it's a positive one, and we could go into Torino and wrap it up. This intense game of stretch with a positive result, I guess. But that's for the next couple of days. people. I know it's a short one, but I have something lined up I need to record for tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back live tomorrow, preview, and then I'll be back, or we will be back live on Wednesday to talk over a Champions League game. Norbert, Malik, thanks for joining, and I speak to you guys on Wednesday.